What is Café Mocha? Café Mocha is experts, celebrities.
What's up? This is Belle Bit DeVoe.
Yours truly, Idris Elba.
This is Fantasia.
This is Invo.
This is India Ari.
So much more. All from a woman's perspective.
What flavor are you, baby?
This is Café Mocha.
This weekend we've got Johnny Gill. He's ready for his versus battle, and guess who's on his list? You're gonna find out. Plus, if you're scared about having your child back in school during the Omicron surge, at least one pediatrician says maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. That's coming up. Café Mocha begins now.
Happy New Year.
I was in New York with all that Omicron floating around. Ugh, just disgusting.
Yeah, a lot of people are catching it. People are calling it a Marion. It's a meme going around. Poor thing.
He put out a video. He says, "I'm not a virus." He's like, poor thing.
He gets on every morning and talks so peaceful, like, in his praying hands. And he's talking in this real soft tone.
But that's great for him. Because he's like on the news. I mean, I saw a news segment where they played a clip of his, for him.
Anybody do anything fabulous over the holidays?
Well, even though, it's been 2 years since I took a vacation, I decided to go to Hawaii, and it rained all 4 days. I was like, and they were like, it never rains this time of the year. Like, oh my goodness.
You didn't come back pregnant, did you?
No.
Rain brings babies. What?
No, it's no.
Stop.
One of the good things, though, that did happen, even though it rained, was that I ran into Michelle Obama, our forever first lady, and she was just a joy. I was at the restaurant, and I went to the bathroom. I came out, and I promise you, she was just standing there. And I was like, Michelle? And she's like, Lonnie. And I was like, oh, wow. My goodness. She said, this is my home away from home. And I was like, oh, my goodness. Because she had just released the New Year's Eve photo of her and President Obama. And I was like, we loved that picture of you two. You looked like you were having so much fun. When I tell you, ladies, she looked relaxed. She had her natural curls out. She had her little outfit that was like so cute. And I was like, oh my goodness. I didn't want to bust out crying, and I contained myself, Angelique. I did,
Wait, Lonnie, how dope is it that you have our forever wife of the president, Queen of United States, know you by name? How dope is that?
I know.
Well, it's what happens when, we're actually a small circle in this country. And I think we don't realize it until it happens.
Right.
But, I've been fortunate to be on the show, and people have to realize on The Real, when she was the first lady, we were the first talk show that got invited to the White House. And that was because of Michelle Obama being the first lady. And then also I worked with her campaign When We All Vote. And then she called me back to the White House to lead a panel for young women in engineering and STEM. So we've developed a relationship off and on. She knows that, if ever she needs me, I'm there. So It was just nice to see her and to be acknowledged by her. And I was like, oh, can we take a selfie? Because I had that. I was like, I came out the bathroom. When I saw her, I was like, oh, let me find my phone.
Your hands all wet.
Yeah. It was dry because I dry them off. And took the selfie. And it was like, I said, let's keep our mask on because, we don't want to be in the news. Like, in Hawaii with no mask. I said, let's keep it on. She gave a peace sign and people just loved it. And people like, Lonnie, only you would go to Hawaii and see Michelle Obama because nobody knew she was there. Nobody knew. And I didn't know.
Right. Lonnie, let me hold some money. You going to the right places. Give me some money. I'm at the wrong places.
But it was a wonderful, great way to start off the new year. Now, what about you ladies? New Year's.
Well, I kicked the year off as I always do with a birthday. So we had
happy birthday.
Thank you. We had a I don't want to say socially distanced because it wasn't even socially distanced. They got me a gorgeous cake and then everybody FaceTimed in. So I'm sitting there with this big cake. Everybody from all over, the family FaceTime in. I cut the cake and eat one piece.
Oh, how was the cake?
It was great, but
was it your favorite card?
It wasn't my favorite. Normally mom does my great grandmother's red velvet recipe.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but
I always can love some red velvet.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, all that nonsense that they do at the local restaurants, the national, ain't like great grandma's recipe.
Well, I'm telling you something. You are the best looking 85-year-old I know. So
baby, let me tell you, I appreciate it.
Birthdays are a blessing. So happy birthday, Angela.
I know.
Thank you.
Yeah, this was my grandson's second Christmas, and this year we just everybody poured in gifts to him. So he was opening gifts. He was just playing with stuff, and we need batteries, Grandma, batteries. And then when he finished opening up all his gifts, he said, "I want more. I want more." I said, "More what?" He said, "More gift, more gift." I said, "This is all we have." I said, "Next year I just have to start wrapping pots and pans."
That's cute.
Just so he can open up. Yeah, he just wanted something to open. So anybody give more than they got, or got anything they wanted to give back?
You know, I'm really not a big gift giver this time of the year. So I just basically make my donations, make sure that everybody's okay, and, you know, send a little money, and then I'm good. So, you know, my gifts is always that I had a great year. Knock on wood, I haven't contacted COVID yet. And I've been able to be vaccinated and boosted, and I'm just happy for my health.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for that, you know, and I think that's what we're all going through hard times. And we have to remember what to be grateful for. So I'm grateful to see little Tink Tink on your IG. Yo, it's so cute. He is adorable.
Anybody else feel like, ew, don't hit me with the gift card.
If you just give me a gift, I'm happy. So I'm not, you know, I don't know. I'm just like, it's nice though to see that somebody thought of you and they went out, or either they ordered it or something and they wrapped it up. That's nice. You know, but a gift is a gift for me.
I realize my kids don't like the gifts I've got them when they're still sitting under the Christmas tree. I'm like, hey, come get the stuff. You know, up under the Christmas tree, right?
That is funny. Oh, well, what we love. A new year, 2022, here we go.
It is Café Mocha. Angelique, Alani, Love, Yo-Yo on the line. It's been so long. Mr. Johnny Gill, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me. You know, I love coming to the show, so I'm happy to be back, and I don't have a hearing aid and everything, so I can hear you clear and everything, you know what I'm saying? I ain't in the rocking chair yet, you know what I'm saying? This is awesome. You know,
how's it
what
been?
time is the party?
Okay, I love you can still party. We'd have been through a pandemic, and Johnny can still party. It's like, I love it.
Hell yeah.
I love it. How you been, brother?
I am hanging in there. Just been working and running, and as we say, all of us, life don't discriminate. All of us dealing with life, trying to survive and get through the process, dealing with life, this whole situation. But hey, listen, we're here, and I'm grateful.
Yeah.
How has the pandemic been for you? I mean, you know, for artists, it's hard. Like, you can't tour. I mean, what have you been doing?
Oh, I've been sitting around lying to people's daughters, calling them, hey, girl, you know, I've been thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? Girl, let me tell you something. You know, I'm going to tell you. Matter of fact, what are you doing? You still collecting that child support? What's going on? You know, I ain't worked in a couple of years.
We love you, Johnny.
But
you know I got issues.
All you gotta do is call and sing to him, Johnny. All you gotta do is, as soon as they say hello, you just sing the song.
Oh yeah, I say that for the special ones. Let's give them some real heavy donations. That's what I do. I say the good ones. I say that for the best for last.
But, Johnny, I see that you're going to be performing on the Urban One Honors. How was that? That
was fun. I mean, you know, without Jimmy and Terry, we're paying tribute on their honoring Jimmy and Terry, and without Jimmy and Terry, let me tell you, Ralph and I and all of us, people that have worked, artists that have worked with Jimmy and Terry, without them, we wouldn't be who we are today. And it was when I got the phone call, I told them absolutely we'd be honored to take care of them. So it was fun. We had a great time with it, and looking forward to seeing it. So, but it was pretty awesome.
I mean, I can't wait for that because I love our Black honor shows because we get the people that actually gonna sing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not gonna get somebody that's the fruit of the moment. We get no.
Right.
You gonna have to sing.
Yeah, it's crazy that you said that because I thought it was just me watching how they do these tributes, and it's just let's just get the hottest whoever is hot at the moment versus trying to figure out what right piece fits that puzzle and for that moment. And it's sometimes it really just annoys me because it's like it's not the artist that you hate. It's just that you think did they think about putting in the time to find the right pieces to make it really to make it really effective. But it's just what it is.
The right production piece. I know because of this pandemic, Johnny, people are really craving some real crooners. They, there's no more auto tunes and singing behind the microphone in a booth. People are really ready to see some live music. So we are so excited to know that you guys are coming back.
Yeah, we're excited to get ready to do it, and it's been obviously a long time coming for us, and it's just that I've often said sometimes when we put things in perspective and you let go and let God, He also has a plan, even through the madness when you're sitting here trying to scratch your head, trying to figure out what He's always that just when you think He's up to nothing, He's always up to something, and it's amazing to look back and see our journey and to see how far we've come, to look at what we've gone through our ups and our downs and our challenges. But at the end of the day, when He lifts His hands and say, it's time, there's nothing we can do but answer the call. So we're grateful. Everyone seems to be in a great space, and it's just moving in a direction where we're looking and going, this is how things work and life work, and sometimes you got to go through the process in order to get to the other side. So what a blessing.
So Johnny, let me tell you, when we talk about blessings, you and New Edition on the AMAs, that was awesome. Do you realize you took you just introduced yourself to a whole new generation because they didn't know what, they was like, who are these black men with these beautiful colored hats and outfits on? Y'all was trending. It was like they never seen this generation, they call them Gen Zers. They never seen anything like that. And when I say you all looked so good that night.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Seriously, I was so proud because I know all of y'all, you've always been a great supporter of us, Johnny. How was that feeling performing that night at the AMAs?
It was insane. It was, because that was a moment to be, first of all, Donnie, Wahlberg, that's my twin. So it was so funny because we, that's my longtime brother. Let me tell you, Donnie and I, that's my road dog. We used to get in so much trouble.
Okay.
What kind of trouble?
So we have a theme song and how we always introduce ourselves to people because we all, we introduce each other as, hi, that's my twin. So people look at us like, what? So, and then I go, okay, Donnie, maybe they don't understand. You ready? And our theme song is Twins. How many of us have been? So I put our theme song for years.
Oh, my goodness. I just loved it.
It was so much fun. Let me tell you, it was magical. And just having everybody under one roof. And we've been, we've been in talks about doing something together at some point. And just that little bit of time that we spent just rehearsing and hanging out, we had the best time.
New Edition along with New Kids on the Block. I mean, it's really the same generation. I mean, why can't you do a tour? Why can't you do like what Chicago and Earth, Wind and Fire did? It's like, hey, same generation of people. Let's just roll and make some money. They've been doing that tour for years. New Edition and New Kids on the Block. I see it all day.
How many rehearsals did it take, Johnny, for y'all to make that performance?
We did maybe a little over a week. And then we did maybe a few days just with the guys with new kids. They were in one room getting theirs together, and we was in one getting ours. And then I think the last couple of days we came together and started walking through everything, and it just all came together. We had so much fun.
Is there a process to fine tuning your voice, or does your voice just always remain the same?
Pretty much remains the same. I mean, listen, I don't use auto tunes. I don't do none of that stuff. So I'm human. There are days it's there. Some days it's okay. Some days it's at its peak, whereas it's like, bring it on. What else you want me to sing?
Well, bring it on. Sing something for us. Sing a little something for us, Johnny. Let me sing a little something for us, Johnny. You know I got to get them. Sing something, Johnny.
I got one for you. You'll never find.
We get it late to
see.
You know what?
Now we're going to have to play that song.
It's Café Mocha, Lonnie Love, Yo-Yo, Angelique on the line, our favorite, Johnny Gill. Now, New Edition just announced a 30-city culture tour with Charlie Wilson and Jodeci. Oh.
Yeah. It's going down.
How is it?
It's going down with all the originals as well with Jodeci. So we're coming back together, reunion. Wow. They're coming back together, reunion. So it's going to be really an awesome night. And of course, you know, Uncle does what he does. So it's going to be an awesome night. Yeah,
y'all gonna have a hard time keeping up with Charlie Wilson because
hello.
That young man does not play on stage.
Uncle goes in. He goes in when he goes. But you know, that's what this is about. It's about making sure that people get out. When they come out, they have been in and you know been locked down for so long that when they, you know, for those that are ready to get out and come out, that we just give them something that really that they can appreciate. And you know, Uncle he comes to bring it, but you know, Jodeci's gonna bring it. And then, you know, we ain't scared. Never have been. When you start to talk about 4 or 5 different entities in one and everybody's catalog, we got enough to punch you out and knock anybody out.
Absolutely.
Well, I know the groupies don't disappear because we've always been New Edition groupies, Johnny Gill groupies. So I know that people are waiting and anticipating you guys getting out and performing in their city, because I know we are so excited to see you guys back out on stage doing your thing and not singing but singing to us.
Yeah, we're coming to bring the noise, so it's going to be fun. I think people are going to really enjoy it.
Oh, they really are. And, you know, it's also needed. And it's real singing, Johnny. Like you said, it's not no auto-tune and things like that. It's like people that know what a C flat is. I love it. Now, Johnny,
flat.
I need to talk to you about, you said that, you know, you would do a versus battle. Who would you do a versus battle with?
Bring on any bum. I'll take on any bum. Bring them on. Shoot, I ain't scared. Who? What do you want? Who do you think? No, you know who I would love to do it with? I would love to do it with my Uncle Charlie. That would be fun. And it's like, you want to do it with some like people you got history with and you have fun and you have a, you know, relationship with. That's what makes it a night to celebrate and have fun. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you know, if that was the one person I could think of right off the bat, it would be with Uncle.
That would be fun.
Johnny, you coming kind of strong. How about you want to go against Uncle Charlie?
Well, see, if Uncle goes Gap Band, I'll go New Edition.
Yeah,
if Uncle goes Gap Band, I'll go LSG. And now if Uncle goes just me and him, we go toe to toe.
Oh, I want to see it. I want to see that. Yes, I see the picture. I see it. Yes.
Ooh. He already formulated it.
I see it. I can see it.
You need to call somebody and make it happen.
I would love. I love my uncle. And let me tell you, we have so much fun when we're together. Just like, I mean, when I went out with him on tour, I go on first, Fantasia second, and Uncle close, but I would actually stay through the whole run, and every night me and him would close out just rocking together, and it would be, we would have just a blast. So if there was anyone that would be fitting that I would love to do that with and have fun with, that would be Uncle.
Johnny, you know, as we close, you have longevity in this industry. What is it about you that has made you to be able to be in this industry and still be a force that people know and people love? What do you think that your success has been, your key to success?
First and foremost, God. I know it sounds corny. It sounds like it's so cliche, everyone, but being and having and believing in Him, and that's where I turn to, and it has allowed me, afforded me. Listen, I've gone through life like anybody else. We've had to go through some ups and downs, and we've had to grow. We've made some good decisions and not some good ones, and God still has kept us and brought us here. But to get to a point and a place where you can appreciate everything that you've done or that God does for you, He continues to bless me with more. I look at people, nobody is above or below. I don't care from the trash man to the president. Everybody gets treated the same. I have, compassion for human life, period, and for people. So it's like one of those things that I think staying humble. I like to laugh. I look at things, find humor in things, but I'm also humble, and I understand that when there's a time to laugh at people and when there's a time to help them, to root for them, to support them. So it's just one of those things that I believe it's about God for me. It's about being humble.
Well, you are humble, but we love you when you singing, especially when you say, take off that red dress. Woo! Woo!
Yeah, Teddy used to say, turn off the lights. But shoot, I tell him what to put on.
We love you, Johnny, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm going to see you in concert. I'm going to see you with the fellas, okay? I'm going to be backstage.
Absolutely. I got you covered, so absolutely.
Well,
love you guys.
Love you.
Okay.
Here's your dose of espresso. Strong, hot news now.
This is the Espresso. The fashion world lost an icon this week, Andre Leon Talley.
I was the only black man in the international world of fashion. Yes. So I had been privileged to give this place in the world, and I just got up and did my work. I didn't think about anything. I didn't think about, was I a pioneer? Was I an icon? I just did it.
His documentary, The World According to Andre, is streaming on Hulu and HBO Max. More states are legalizing weed, but would you vote for a guy who smoked a blunt in his campaign ad? Gary Chambers is running for the Senate in Louisiana. He hopes you will.
Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana laws than white people. States waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year. Most of the people police are arresting aren't dealers, but rather people with small amounts of pot, just like me.
And NBC has a new all-black comedy called Grand Crew.
Maybe you should talk to a therapist.
Therapy? No, I'm good. Black people don't do therapy.
I'm black and I go to therapy.
Yeah, and some black people play hockey too, but that doesn't make it normal.
You can check out Grand Crew Tuesday nights, NBC at 8:30. That's the Espresso.
We're at Café Mocha Radio.
Okay, y'all. Sisters in Solidarity, a celebration of girl groups for Black Music Month, hosted by the award-winning Funky Divas In Vogue.
It's Cindy Herron from In Vogue with this Black Music Month Spotlight. From the Bay, they were ahead of their time. Style and musical trendsetters for every girl group that followed. With 3 Grammy Awards and 2 American Music Awards, they're one of the first girl groups to have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
We're really hard workers, and we go out there and we take our job very seriously.
With hits like Automatic, Jump, He's So Shy, and I'm so excited. We celebrate the Pointer Sisters, our sisters in solidarity.
Girl groups who shape the fabric of contemporary music and soundtracks of our lives. Be sure to join the hashtag Ladies in Solidarity Music Challenge on Instagram. To experience more, visit CafeMochaRadio.com. Brought to you by...
It's time to embrace you, your melanin-rich skin, and its unique beauty needs.
When you get over the age of 50, you definitely have to start using things on your skin.
I Know is made specifically to address maturing skin conditions. All of the I Know products provide highly effective natural ingredients dedicated to delivering proven results.
The best advice my mother gave me, take care of your skin now so to take care of you later.
I Know, your beauty solution for maturing skin.
It's Café Mocha.
This is Café Mocha. I'm Angelique. Did you think we were going to get this far into the new year without having a doctor on to talk about coronavirus? You know it's better than that. Joining me now, a pediatrician serving the Atlanta area, Dr. Samira Brown. She's teamed up with Cobb Institute for free vaccine events around the country. Welcome to Café Mocha, Dr. Brown. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. The Omicron variant swept through New York City during the holidays. And we know once it hits New York, it slowly makes its way around to other states. How are things looking in Atlanta right now?
You know, we are having a surge, I think, almost everywhere across the nation, just way more than we ever had. This is a completely different point in the pandemic than we've ever been. We're seeing, an enormous, rates in both children and adults. And unfortunately, it's increasing exponentially each week.
They're saying that it's plateauing in New York, which is good, right? That means it comes and goes quickly, theoretically?
Yeah, we certainly expect that now we're going to have regional hotspots, right? That you should level off if you started earlier than another area in the country, right? In part because we're such a big country, right? So it's great we're starting to see some, areas start to level off. I think it's also dependent on what your local area is doing. Did they restart, mask requirements? Mm-hmm. Did they upgrade the level of the mask that they're wearing, right? Are they requiring vaccination to come indoors? So I think there are other things, too, that impact how soon a region, can really get their rates down. And New York does a fantastic job.
And it also depends on how many people in the region are vaccinated, which brings me to this. Delta variant was very deadly. Omicron is said to be less severe, a little more like a cold or flu. So there's a lot of people floating around saying, why get vaccinated if the most deadly version of the disease is behind us? Why? Why bother?
You do, absolutely. We have heard that, and I really want to make sure that we make this clear. That is definitely something that those who are unvaccinated, Omicron is not per se mild for you. We are seeing a lot of hospitalizations, very severe disease. The ICUs are full, right? And those who are vaccinated, those are the ones who are not getting severe disease. But those who are unvaccinated are still suffering from severe consequences. So if you're unvaccinated, you're 10 times more likely to get this variant. You're 17 times more likely to end up in the hospital with it. And you're 20 times more likely to lose your life from Omicron. That is not insignificant. And the best way to prevent getting it from in the first place and to make sure if you do get it that you have a mild disease is to get vaccinated and to make sure that everyone who's around you who's eligible to get vaccinated also goes out and gets vaccinated. And that doesn't mean one dose. It means both doses and your booster as soon as you're eligible for it.
The second part of this question that people ask is, a lot of folks are saying the Omicron is more contagious. It is more contagious. That is a fact. They're also saying that probably everybody's going to get it. Including those that are double vaxxed and boosted. So there's the thinking of, again, that because you're vaxxed and boosted, that you aren't going to get it. A lot of people felt like the vaccine meant that you weren't going to catch it. And that's not true, right?
That is true. And that's something that we've really been working on getting the message out. Just like masks aren't a superhero case, neither are vaccines. There's no vaccine that's 100%. But those who do best with this illness are boosted, right? And they're doing everything else they can to prevent this vaccine. They're staying away from others. They're masking in a high-quality mask. So we certainly want you to know that you get boosted all the way fully vaccinated and boosted, and you still follow the other preventative strategies to prevent, but you still can get the disease. So if you start to have symptoms of COVID, you definitely still want to get tested to make sure that you're not spreading it. And so you're going to be contagious for less long and then significantly less likely to have to go to the hospital, right? Or like we just talked about, lose your life. but it still means that getting vaccinated makes a huge difference. But there's nothing that's 100%. So it's really important that folks understand that it doesn't mean there's zero risk to getting COVID, and it certainly doesn't mean that it's not worth it. It also helps us prevent surges like this from happening. Part of why we have new variants is because we don't have enough folks who are vaccinated, right? And we know that the vaccine is safe. There have been over 250 million people just here in the U.S. who've gotten vaccinated. That's a lot of safety data. And so if you've been waiting for that, today is definitely the day.
It's Café Mocha. On the line, Dr. Samira Brown. She's a pediatrician in the greater Atlanta area. She's part of a team that's doing free vaccines. They're hosting community health fairs across the country. If you want to check that out, go to staywellcommunityhealthfairs.org. Dr. Brown, school is back in for pretty much everybody. A lot of folks ain't happy about it. Chicago, Oakland, some teachers in California have been staging sick outs. Students have been staging sick outs. Should kids be in school right now? From a doctor's point of view, not as a parent or somebody that's got a kid at home, just from a strictly professional doctor's point of view, should they be in school? Is it safe?
I think it depends on where you are and what is happening in that school. I am not a fan of cookie cutter recommendations, right? There's not one size fits all. All children are not able to go back to school right now safely. If they are surging in their communities and kids are back with no mask or a cloth mask, which we know does not, provide enough protection, then no, they should not be in school. If they're not testing kids in their school, that's not the safest environment. And we as pediatricians, it's our job to really stand on the safest side for children. And in the beginning, it was thought that maybe kids, didn't get COVID, maybe they, couldn't pass it. We know all of those 580,000 kids got diagnosed in 1 week. You
said 580,000 kids?
In 1 week. So that number alone tells you that no, kids need to be protected better. We know that vaccination rates are low in these school ages, right? And they're oftentimes in a school where they don't have the resources to go back to school safe.
Right.
All schools have the ability to do virtual when they need to, right, until those rates come down and until they have the supplies that they can. And we understand that there is a huge impact to kids not being able to be in school. I mean, nationally, we're in a crisis, of emotional health for children because they've had such back and forth and social isolation. But when you're in a surge this big and you have rates tripling in just 2 weeks, you have to take a step back and say, are we doing everything that we can? If you are a parent and your child is 5 and up, get them vaccinated. It doesn't mean 1 dose. Again, it means 2 doses and boosted if they're 12 and up. And that booster comes at 5 months, not 6 months from that second dose. You want to put them in a high-grade mask that has proven filtration, which means it has a PFE or a particulate filtration efficiency, and you want to make sure that it fits your child snugly, because if it fits tight but it doesn't filter, it's not as helpful.
No cloth masks, no cute little frozen cloth masks.
You can put that over your filtering mask, right? But you want to make sure that you do have something that is going to provide protection against those droplets, in part because Omicron is so much more contagious.
Now, let's say, I have a kid, I'm your customer, patient, and I said, look, I'm double vaxxed. I got my booster shot, but my kid is 5. I don't feel comfortable because we don't know the effects 4 years, 7 years, 10 years down the road for little 5-year-olds who get these vaccines. I mean, I feel like that's a valid argument.
And I say, listen, we absolutely hear what you're saying. There's no vaccine that we ever stop looking at safety, right? There haven't been any vaccine, major effects in these young age groups, or in 5-year-olds. There have not been any serious side effects, but we do know that there are very serious side effects of COVID, right? It is one of the top 10 causes of loss of life in children. There are also post-acute sequelae of COVID that are even more dangerous than acute COVID, right? So if you've heard about MIS-C, it's more likely to happen in children of color, and 1 out of 100 of those children lose their life. And that's even kids who had no symptoms when they had COVID.
But I don't feel like that message has been heard. I don't feel, the thing we heard, a lot of people are still on the day one message from March 2020, which is, kids don't get it. And if they do get it, they don't die. So what are we talking about? I don't think people have heard that stuff you just said.
Right. And that is a great, point that we are, as pediatricians, are really trying to get out there. Right. And we don't know what's going to happen with kids who've had COVID. Right. That's the other thing. We also are still learning. What happens to kids who had COVID, and some kids have had each variant or more than one, right? What is going to happen long term with those children? We do not see a risk, because what we know is that so far, everyone that we vaccinated in those young age groups, they have done extremely well, and there hasn't been any serious side effects. But that certainly cannot be said for children that get infected with COVID. It isn't something that, you should just say it's not a big deal if my child has COVID.
All right. Well, we appreciate you stopping into Café Mocha. If you want to get all the information, go to staywellcommunityhealthfairs.org. Dr. Samira Brown, thank you so much for joining us on Café Mocha.
Thank you for having me.
This is Café Mocha, Angelique, Lonnie Love, and Yo.
Yo, you a rapper, and
yes.
I need to know what's going on in the hip hop community, because there's been a lot of violence.
It's crazy. It's like
Lonnie, it really is disturbing and troubling to just see all of the violence. A lot of states are doing a call to action, to get out and speak before, I don't know, how do we address this issue? The hip hop community, I know I've really been in talks and getting together, trying to figure out what can we do as the legends of hip hop, those who have come before them. How can we stop this violence in hip hop? It's very disturbing.
We just had Young Doe. He was shot down. As of this taping, there was a manhunt out for his alleged shooter, who was actually someone that was on his label.
His camp.
Yeah, I think
right
his
next
name
to
is
him.
Drop. Yeah. And then Snoop Dogg had the concert, and the young man
Draco was stabbed at a concert in Los Angeles, and ended his life.
There's definitely something going on in hip hop in the air. It used to be, I believe you would say, Yo manufactured beefs, and then they became, because that was something for publicity. This is real. Issues that are happening in our community.
And the sad thing is they're so young, and the effect really bothers the families. These kids are young, 16, 17 years old, 23 years old. I don't know what the beef is. It's a lot of jealousy. Nowadays this social media has so many people fronting and perpetrating and perpetuating so much that it's jealous and envy is really playing a role. And, your friend is your enemy now.
Wow. Well, we gotta do better. Keep on praying.
That's the show. Make sure you subscribe to Café Mocha by going to iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Type in Café Mocha Radio and hit subscribe. Until next weekend, you can find us on all platforms at Café Mocha Radio.
Café Mocha is a production of Miles Ahead Broadcasting in partnership with Compass Media. Executive producer Sheila Eldridge. For comments, booking, or more information, visit CafeMochaRadio.com.
Okay, y'all. Sisters in Solidarity, a celebration of girl groups for Black Music Month, hosted by the award-winning funky divas In Vogue.
Hey, it's Terry Ellis from In Vogue with this Black Music Month Spotlight.
They are true sisters in the spirit who helped bring gospel music into the mainstream. With 3 Grammy Awards, 16 albums, and millions in sales, they are the highest-selling female gospel group in history.
When you're just faithful over the gift that God has given unto you, He can continue to allow you to move forward.
With hits like Is My Living in Vain, You Brought the Sunshine, and Pure Gold, we celebrate the Clark sisters, our sisters in solidarity.
Girl groups who shape the fabric of contemporary music and soundtracks of our lives. Be sure to join the hashtag Ladies in Solidarity Music Challenge on Instagram. To experience more, visit CafeMochaRadio.com. Brought to you by...
It's time to embrace you, your melanin-rich skin, and its unique beauty needs.
When you get over the age of 50, you definitely have to start using things on your skin.
I Know is made specifically to address maturing skin conditions. All of the I Know products provide highly effective natural ingredients dedicated to delivering proven results.
The best advice my mother gave me, take care of your skin now so to take care of you later.
I Know, your beauty solution for maturing skin.